Houston will not stand for SB 147.
This is just a bad bill.
SB 147 is a proposed Texas law.
大家好，今天我很荣幸能够邀请到 Jason Petrie， 他是科林县房地产经纪人政府事务负责人。今天我们很荣幸能够让他跟我们分享一下我们非常关心的 SB 147这个提议案的最新进展，以及他们在对维护经纪人和业主的权利方面做的一些举措。现在我们开始吧。Hi Jason, can you please provide a brief introduction about Collin County Association of Realtors and Government Affairs, and of course tell us about yourself.
Of course. My name is Jason Petrie. I've been with the association for 5 years. I've been through the whole ringer. So I started in membership, and then I moved into events, and now here I am in government affairs. As an association, we're member-driven, so members like you, other realtors, affiliates that have businesses that are associated with real estate, let's say builders or title, you guys make the decisions, and then as a staff, we make sure that they get implemented and implemented well.
How many members do we have right now?
It's been getting really high. I think we're over 11,000 now. I think we're nearing in 12,000, yeah.
Wow.
And that is a significant jump since when I started 5 years ago. So I think we're over 1,000 every year if I had to guess.
Yes, when I joined almost 10 years ago, there's 5,000 members.
Yes.
Have doubled.
It's a big jump, yeah. Which is great, though. It means that we're doing well as an association, that the industry is thriving, hopefully that people are finding their homes and things like that. So, but on the government affairs side, we have a member committee. They focus on government affairs, and political action fundraising falls underneath that as well, so it's multifaceted. We focus on protecting real property rights, because we have to focus on commercial as well and residential. And home ownership, making sure that people are able to get into homes and that their homes are affordable. And really, on the candidate side, we build relationships, members and staff, to make sure that when issues arise, that we can address them quickly, and that we're finding real estate candidates that care about the industry, whether they be realtors or whether they be proponents of property rights. So.
Yeah, you already talked about, I guess, how government affairs advocate for the realtors and the homeowners' rights. Jason, when we first met, we talked about the very controversial and very, concerning SB 147, especially to the 4 countries that were impacted, including China, where I'm originally from. So can you please share some background how this SB 147 came about and what's the latest development on this?
Absolutely. So it was originally submitted as a ban on buying U.S. land by China, North Korea, Russia, and Iran. And I first heard about it from a member, which is really important and why the members are active. I'm kind of deviating here, but the reason that it originally came about is because I received a call from a member. It hadn't been fully made public yet, and then once it did, obviously the storm happened, and it really took on wings of its own. As far as I can tell, it piggybacks off of another law that was passed in 2021, which referred to owning and controlling infrastructure in Texas. And really, we saw the media storm really go crazy, and rightfully so. But then it kind of just went away for a little while. We went through a period of 4 or 5 weeks where we didn't hear anything. It kind of died down for a bit. We thought May would pass over, but then it started to roll through different committees and different committees and different committees, and it actually has a very extensive path through the legislature's committees. It has, I couldn't even tell you. I'll have to send you guys over a list, but it has gone through a lot. From there, it has changed exponentially. So it passed the Senate here recently at an 18-12 vote, which is actually really close. It moves on to the House. Texas Realtors has stayed on top of it. So with Realtor memberships, it comes with 3 tiers. You're a member of the National Association of Realtors. They deal with federal. Texas Realtors deals with states. And here at the local level, Collin County Association of Realtors, we do municipal stuff. But that doesn't mean that we don't have the relationships and we haven't talked about it. So our Texas Realtors lobby team, they jumped on it right away. It is just so everybody's fully aware. They are against it. We are against it, even with the changed formats. Some of the changes to it really, they've allowed permanent residents, they can still buy property. These are with the changes. There are still, for the most part, concerns about validity of title and what it can mean for fair housing. Obviously, that's very important.
Right.
And how it impacts permanent residents and independent businesses moving forward. So Texas Realtors and a lot of people are still very concerned about what that looks like and how they're going to address it. But you can be assured that the Texas Realtor staff is continuing to speak with the legislators and how we can be of help to them. I do have some other things because I don't want to miss everything. So some of the major changes were that they dropped the country names. You and I kind of talked about that a little bit, but now they've named it designated country, and it is to be determined by the Director of National Security. Obviously, that leaves some vagueness to it, but as of now, it would prohibit government, companies, and citizens of designated countries from purchasing some of the land and agricultural stuff, but permanent residents without American citizenship would be exempt from that limitation.
That's a little bit hard to implement in real world.
One of the things that when I was in school, I went to Collin College in the University of Arizona. I had one of my professors said something that I'll never forget because everybody always talks about executive orders. I'm going way ahead up top right now, and executive orders, just like laws, are only as good as their implementation. So you could pass something, and if nothing ever comes of it because it wasn't implemented well, that is what it is.
Right.
So yes, I do implementation. That's something that would be somewhat of an issue. Like I said, Texas Realtor staff is on top of it, and I've talked to from our field rep to the lobby team there. They feel good about it. And the conversations that they're having, and we'll kind of see how it transpires moving forward. But as of now, no individuals are prohibited from acquiring that property. It's important to know that there are large groups from national down to local that are fighting for realtors, homeowners, and making sure that people are taken care of and can follow the American dream. So
Exactly. I think that's something that one of the reasons I want to make this video is, I was a board member for Asian Association of Realtors in America. So we have organized protests, and there's other Asian or other country of impact, they have organized protests, or people who believe there should be fair housing, right, for all.
Absolutely.
So have organized lots of protests against it, but it's important to know that we actually have our realtors,
Yes.
organization also. This is part of what they do, an important part of what you guys do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I grew up in Michigan. I'm originally from the Detroit metro area, and housing there was difficult,
Right.
to say the least. So I have a burning desire within my heart and soul to make sure that people are taken care of, that people can buy property, and they
Right.
can use the property in the way that the Constitution allows them to do with their bundle of property rights. And to me, that's been a long time.
Right.
The American dream is not just aimed at one group.
Right,
It's aimed
exactly.
at all Americans and
That's-
people that.
That's what
Yeah.
everybody, including myself, came to U.S. for. That
Yeah.
they if they work hard and they do the right thing, they can have their own house and
Absolutely.
have a life of freedom.
Maybe a white picket fence too. Yeah. I'd love to share this little with you. This is from Christy Gessler. She is the 2023 Secretary Treasurer for Texas Realtors. So she testified specifically in opposition to Senate Bill 147 and Senate Bill 711, which kind of is substituted. Specifically, the kind of what we talked about a little bit, that we appreciate the changes, but there's still concerns.
Right.
And this is just another example, and I'll share this with you so you can share with your viewers that this, just because the media coverage may not necessarily be there right now, they are fighting for homeowners, or they are fighting for people that want to own property the right way here and those things. So just be assured that Texas Realtors is on the case.
Great, great. So apart from SB 147, can you highlight some recent accomplishment or initiative taken by government affairs? You mentioned a little bit, and that had actually a possible impact on the homeowners in Texas?
Yeah, there are two in particular things that have happened recently. I'll start with what I consider a win or a positive impact. So recently, we were approached by a member relating to the city of Saxe, and they wanted to pass what seemed to be at the time very strict rules and to me, an overreaching ordinance that would have restricted how they could use rentals. Okay. So they really wanted to create an overreaching rental registration program. So in conjunction with Metrotex, they're another association down in the Dallas area, because we share that area. Our staff, myself, and our government affairs coordinator, Ariz Karim, and Matthew Church with Metrotex, we worked together. We provided our knowledge and resources with the city of Saxe. And what I think happened is they've actually gone into a situation where they're going to create a registration program, but it's going to be voluntary. Okay. So I see that as a win, because when you buy property, you should be able to make money off of it, which comes with a bundle of rights. And to overburden not only the owner, but also the person that wants to move into the house. Let's say that we're delaying this, and I have these strict guidelines that I have to follow now. I needed to move into that house 2 weeks ago. What do I do for those 2 weeks? So I think we've made it easier for owners to lease their property and the renters to rent that property by stopping overreaching ordinances. So that's a big one. And then this one's really ongoing, and it's a hot topic in Plano right now, are the short-term rentals. So that is something that's been going on for more than a year at this point. And the city's done a great job with reaching out to the citizens, getting citizen input. We have built a relationship with the city of Plano, the city council, and the city staff. And tonight, hopefully, we'll have one of our members put on the task force to make sure that property rights for both sides, so whether they're already owners, they're short-term renters, that everyone has their property rights protected.
Yeah, it's a challenging situation. You know, our team have helped lots of investors. Yeah. Lots of them are moving from long-term rental to short-term because the return have decreased over the years because of the rates increase. So that's something we're looking into actually. And I know Dallas they allow short-term rentals, and Plano is a city I wasn't sure of, and I can see both sides. Some homeowners doesn't want short-term rentals because it create chaos to some of the communities, and I think that's always going to be a topic that each city has to find balance between homeowners.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's something that we want to make sure that we're part of.
Right.
So we have a member that we've submitted for the task force. She owns a company that deals with a lot of rentals. She doesn't do short-term rentals, but she is very knowledgeable about code and all these so many things that she's a great representative for CCAR, and I'm very excited about that. So those are kind of two wins that I think we've had positive impacts.
That's great. So looking ahead, what are some upcoming challenges or opportunities that in the legislative landscape that government affair would be focusing on?
I think there are two sides to this one. So at the state level, you kind of touched on it now, and the shift from long-term to short-term is housing affordability. Not to be concerned with affordable housing, but we want to make sure that it's expensive, right?
It is getting expensive.
In Senate District 8, Angela Paxton's district, the median cost of homes is up 20% in 2 years.
Where is she? Which
Senate District 8, she's the general area. We'll say this general area around here. So
Collin County.
Collin County area.
Yes.
There are a couple more, but in that area, it's a this is a relatively affluent area.
Very expensive.
And exactly.
Yeah.
And for the housing cost to go up nearly 20% is astronomical, and that makes it very hard for people to buy a home. And then locally, with over 1 million people that live in Collin County, there are a lot of cities in Collin County. So keeping track of everything that's going on in this area it continues to get more difficult. So thankfully, we have members like you, the member that called me about SB 147, that called us about the Saxe rental, that we have those people that are staying on top of it. I'm very excited about the future. And all the things that we have here, the tools, the members, we have a great team. We have amazing members. I think we have the best in the state, probably in the United States. But that's something that we're going to have to stay on top of. And those relationships that we have with the cities is going to be a key determiner.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jason. I think from my own perspective, I'm not trying to generalize things, but typically our Asians are underspoken, especially we are less involved in the political arena until this really hit us. Yeah. So I think it's something that we need to speak up, like you said. Whether you agree or disagree, you will have the voice to speak what really important to you and what matters. And I think this is actually very encouraging to see what happened with SB 147. Yeah. Everybody come together trying to advocate for our rights. I think this is a great step forward that has impact. If we don't speak up, the decision will be made for us.
I don't think you could have said it any better. It's important to note that we don't come with preconceived ideas. There are things that we follow. We have a business and strategic plan here at the association, but those are really, again, member driven. So we need to hear every side. So whether you agree or disagree, that's important for us to know.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons that I love government and politics. I don't like the backroom dealing stuff. I love that there are issues that bring people together that you never would have thought necessarily would have come together, with stakeholders getting, like the fact that we can all get behind with Texas Realtors that we're against SB 147 is just, it shows the group and the strength of the Realtor brand. Then I think that's where a lot of the pressure came from to see some of those changes made. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank
you for your time.
Thank you.
非常感谢 Jason 今天参加我们的访谈，相信这个访谈给大家了一手资讯，希望大家以后在业主维权方面能够更勇于表达自己的意见和建议。好，今天就到这里，欢迎关注我们的频道。如果喜欢我们的视频，请关注、点赞、加转发，谢谢大家。